Right. So in this lecture, let's start with writing the commands to create database in tables and feeding data into it. Okay. So let's see how can we do and create them practically with the help of SQL commands. So first, the basic command what you have to start is, as you know, that creating database. Right, we have discussed in the previous lectures, like first we need to create database and then tables into it. First we need a land, and then you can build any kind of buildings on that land. So here our land is database, right? So first we are trying to create that. To create a database using SQL query, you need to just simply say as create. Okay, this is an editor where you can go ahead and write. So you can just say C or something like that. Automatically the command which matches your string will display on the bottom. That's the feature you have with this SQL workbench. Okay, so if I just type create space. Okay, so what you want to create? I want to create a database. So create database. See that you can select it from here. Yes. Now give the name for the database. So we can say it as there are already 4 databases right here: demo, test, world, and QADB, something QADB. It's like quality assurance database testing, quality assurance database testing. Let's assume QADBT is our database name. Okay, at the end give semicolon, right? That's it. This is the command which creates a database called QADBT. That's our database. Okay, so let me call as QA database test. Now I want to hit this. If I run this query, then database will be created for us. So how to run it? If you move your mouse to this first icon, it says execute the selected portion of the script or everything, whatever it is. If there is no selection, it will treat as it should run all the commands in this editor. If you select any particular query, then it executes only that part. Okay, here it no matters if you don't select or not. Tomorrow if you write some 100 lines into it, and if you select only this particular query, and when you run this command, it will execute only this part. Okay, so let me select this and run. Yeah, come to the logs in the output. You will see that create database tick mark green. If you see something like this, one row got affected, that means the database QADBT is successfully created. Okay, you can go here and refresh, and you can see that there is a database called QA database test. Okay, so finally we have created our QA database. The step 1 is done. Okay, let me write it in comments so that it will be easy for you to refer again the later point of time. Creating database. Yeah, next. Okay, we will discuss how to delete database or how to drop it, that in the later part of time. First let's start with constructing. Okay, destruction stuff we'll talk in the somewhere later at the end of the lectures maybe, right? So now the part 1 is done. So now what next? Once we are done with the database creation, once we got a land to construct apartments, I mean something called tables, now let's start constructing them, because we have established our land. And now we will see and build tables, and then we will try to select data from that tables using our SQL queries, and we will test the tables using our database testing concepts. Okay, so that's it for this lecture and how you create a database. In the next lecture, let's start with creating tables on this database. Thank you.